Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Well, it is Thursday, and that means it's Penny time. Once again, Penny Morden gets up with Deirdre Brock, and they do their little two-step shuffle as they attempt, I think, to get one over on each other. Although it's always Penny that comes out on top, which is how I like her. Poor old Deirdre. I absolutely do genuinely feel sorry for her now. It started as a joke. But it's now come to such a point that even around the tea rooms of Westminster, a lot of people from all parties tap her, thank her. They say, we do feel sorry for you. We know you have a difficult job. She's actually sympathised with because she has to get up and face down Penny Morden every Thursday. How bad are you, your job, when people feel sorry for you as an MP? If people are feeling sorry for you, you're not much of an MP. They should be frightened of you. They should be fearful of you. They should hold you in great esteem. And instead, they pat her on the head and say, better luck next time, Chuck. And send her on her way. How very sad. Anyway, Penny was on form again today. Let's have a look at what she was saying. And let's see why poor old Deirdre must really try to think about giving it up. Here goes. So she comes out today, and there she comes, bestriding in. And you have the march, the music, and everyone. It's like the parade, isn't it? Dun, 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 dun. And they come in. I mean, don't forget, she's the one who held the big sword. She is that person. She is a sword wielder. She's magnificent, isn't she? Brienne of Tarth has nothing on Penny of Mordaunt. Anyway, Penny Mordaunt says Scotland is brilliant. It's just the ramshackle separatist SNP we don't like. And you know, she summed up in that one line my perfect view of Scotland. I love Scotland. Scotland's brilliant. It's fantastic. It's just the SNP and their associated rabble that completely destroy it. The Commons leader posed a question that the Nats have never, ever been able to answer. And it's a great question. She said, if the Tories, according to them, if the Tories hate Scotland so much, why are they so keen on keeping the UK together? And here's the thing, and it isn't mentioned here, but here's the thing. If the Tories truly wanted to sort of rule forever, more or less, because England is Tory at heart, it could cut Scotland off. It could send Scotland on its way. Be independent. Off you go. And then England itself would be incredibly Tory. It would be very, very hard, although Rishi's done his best, to actually have a Labour government in what remains of the United Kingdom. And yet the Tories don't do that because they are, of course, the Conservative and Union Party. And they want to keep Scotland. Why not? It's a wonderful place. And, of course, you only have to look at the politicians. Some of the greatest politicians that have bestrode Westminster have been Scottish. Some, unfortunately, cut down short. And I think of John Smith, who was marvellous. But you've had some fantastic Scottish MPs and PMs even, with one exception, Blair. I'm not having that one. But the rest of them, yeah, you know. Anyway, Penny Mordaunt has joked about the Tories being a bunch of rotters in a withering response to a predictable SNP criticism about the UK government being anti-Scottish and untroubled by poverty. The leader of the House of Commons turned the tables on her opponent, Deirdre Brock, yet again, during business questions on Thursday morning. Thursdays are great, aren't they? Up she goes. I love Thursdays. You see, it's only while Penny's doing this job. Someone else will do the job one day, and then it won't be as much fun. But while we got Penny, we've got to polish her and keep her sweet. Miss Brock also listed a number of scandals overseen by Westminster. Has she looked north recently? But curiously failed to mention any of those that have been happening under the SNP's watch at Holyrood. Boom, boom. Literally just said. The Edinburgh North and Leith MP said the Tories opposite seem genuinely untroubled by poverty in the UK. My colleagues and I have asked them many times about it, and their eyes just glaze over. Comfortable, I guess, with the choices they've made, as the PM has said. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't like the PM. Old billionaire non-tax-paying Rishi with his green card, he can start off to America as soon as his term ends, and it'll be very, very soon, if not sooner. Anyway, Miss Mordaunt replied, well, what a bunch of rotters we are, and our anti-Scottish articles. It appears that the Honourable Lady is planning to follow in the footsteps of many a great Antipodean election guru by this brilliant new strategy. to equate the criticisms of the SNP's performance with criticism of Scotland itself. The latter is a landmass of approximately 30,000 square miles, populated by brilliant, creative, stoic people. The former is a ramshackle separatist movement full of people who've turned maladministration into an art form. Oh, Penny, you give me the fizz. She said there's just one tiny flaw in this new political tactic from the SNP, she said. If we Conservatives dislike Scotland so much, for some reason the Honourable Lady never gets round to explaining, why on earth would we strive so hard to keep it part of the Union of the United Kingdom? She said, if I wanted to do Scotland down, Mr. Speaker, I would donate and campaign for the SNP. And I might point out to them that trailblazer for bringing back Victorian diseases to Britain is Glasgow. Watching the Honourable Lady and her colleagues in action is like watching your much-loved neighbourhood being clobbered by a bunch of gangsters. Let's call them the hole in the budget gang, hitting businesses, taking your cash, making your life a misery, and keeping the local police force busy every day. People say, why do you like Penny Mordaunt so much? It's shit like this. Penny is on fire. Now, I know she has some pretty awful views about other things, but when you see her in action, when you see this absolute wonderful attack on the SNP every Thursday, you've got to admit, agree with her politics or not, she is a hell of a performer. You know, and I do. And I'm sitting here, this is a genuine smile on my face. I am laughing at this. Anyway, Miss Mordaunt enjoys huge popularity on social media, where she regularly entertains her almost 250,000 followers with jibes at the SNP. But Miss Brock, a former Home and Away actress, no shit. How did I not know that? How have I only finding this out today? Well, she's home now. Perhaps she should go away. Anyway, she's got 18,000 followers, not quite in the same league. She said, I know that the leader is furiously busy with all her Minister for Clickbait responsibilities. Those anti-Scottish articles and sneering videos don't write themselves. No, she's got a whole team of people to do this, you know. She's professional. But as her government, she said, grinds punch-drunk and exhausted to an election, shouldn't we debate some of the key legacies of the last 14 years of Tory rule? And where to start? There are still these scandalous, unresolved scandals. Scandalously unresolved scandals. Come on, Deirdre. Buy a thesaurus. Like infected blood, waspy women and Post Office Horizon, to name a very few. You're on a bit dodgy ground talking about the Post Office Horizon, because it was the Crown Prosecutor, wasn't it? Sorry, Procurator Fiscal's Office that sued them in Scotland. That is not true, of course, in England, where the Post Office did them. They're looking at removing that right, by the way. But yeah, I mean, don't be throwing stones when you're in a glass house, love, you know. Anyway, wasn't it fantastic? I do love this every Thursday. These two try and vie it, and every week, dearest, darling, wonderful, Penny Mordaunt wins. I just love it. I just can't help it. I gotta be honest, I am a bit smitten. I'm an old man smitten with Penny Mordaunt, but I'm not alone. I guarantee that. There's many, many middle-aged men who like Penny Mordaunt. I'll stop now, in case my wife watches this video. Coming up. She is absolutely on fire today, but then she's on fire every Thursday, and that's what makes Thursdays good. I love Thursdays simply because of these two. Do you know, and I do say this, I reckon they're going to be the best of friends, you know. They absolutely are. When their careers are over, they'll get together. They'll probably have a TV show, and it'll be, you know, Penny and Deirdre do something, and they go off and be together. And I think it'd be like the two fat ladies kind of thing. We got these two politically opposite people doing something, but doing it as the best of friends. I can see that, and I'd watch. Anyway, I shall stop there. We've got more stories to come because there's another COVID. I'm still waiting on the Humza stuff. I want to hopefully get that out today, but we will have a look at that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this. Do please hit the like button. Definitely hit the subscribe button. And I will speak to you later. Bye.